Hey everyone, John here from Formtoro. I'm going to walk you through the old way, the new way, and the smarter way to run your pop-ups in 2026. So we've got our builder up here, and it's got our mobile and our desktop. And in terms of our configurations here, we've got a delay after 3 seconds. I might show this right away. It's going full page. There's teaser behavior, whole bunch of things here. So we're going to hit preview on this to see what it looks like. On mobile, it looks something like this. Come up after 3 seconds. If you don't like it, you can do this. It goes back to a teaser. This will 100% block people while they're browsing. If you go here, you fill out your email, you get to here. Your only option is to either sign up, there's no skip button here, or X out. When that X is out, it goes back to that teaser and it blocks the screen again. Nothing you can do. This is the majority of forms that we see today, where you're forced to opt into both providing an email and or phone number in order to get something. Unfortunately, though, as soon as the email was provided, Klaviyo or whatever ESP you're using is triggering an email and sending out that email to someone, but they just don't know because they're stuck in this loop of not being able to do anything past that. That's the current way that we're doing stuff, the old way, as I like to call it. Now let's take a look at what the new way is. Also on this one, there's no parameters. You can put in any email that you want, and it'll go ahead and go to the next step. No questions asked. So here's the new way, and this is the new way that also uses pop-ups, but there's a little bit of smart logic built in here. On the first step, we have a condition where the visitor is recognized by email, and that equals true. Then we send to another step, which is a thank you step for existing email. If that's not the case, then we send them to SMS as the next step. So that's going to prevent people from coming in here and just signing up with the same email over and over and over again and unlocking a discount, which does happen on a lot of sites that we see. A couple other things that happen with this guy as well in terms of the settings. Delay is still the same. Teaser behavior still it has changed. I'll show you where that's changed and how that's changed. Dismiss behavior has also changed. Instead of just closing down, we actually reroute to a step for the reward so that there's continuity and someone providing information and getting to what they need to get to. This is the new way. I like to call it the smarter way. There's one smarter way though. So we look at preview here. It looks like this on mobile. When this collapses though, oh, we need to fix that. Teaser, edge, we want this to be a banner. The reason why we want it to be a banner is it'll sit above everything. So it won't block any of the screen, and when you scroll, it will just hide itself in. Now, this can also be positioned at the bottom. We go to the bottom. Then it can sit down there on mobile, which is sometimes a better place to do it. If you want something different on desktop, you can make it different on desktop. So this could be applied to the top on desktop and show there as a banner. And it will still show, though, on the bottom on mobile. This allows for maximum flexibility based on device for people to be able to put the teaser kind of where it belongs. Now, the cool part about our teaser with the banner is the cart, it will not block the cart, meaning when you add something to a cart, this guy is going to fall behind. So there's no need for you to worry about it. So this is why this is the new way. It's a little bit smarter, a little bit better. A couple other things about this. If someone puts in their email, and they get to here and there is no skip button or anything else and they hit close because 26% of people drop off on this step, it will reroute them to their coupon code and automatically apply this in the cart, which is pretty great. Let's look at our form here and go back. We have our form here and we have added a skip step here. Let's make this button our theme default. And then let's preview our theme default. All right, so now we can reset this guy at any time up to right here in the preview, which is really super convenient. If I go here and I skip this step, it takes me right to the next step where I'm asking questions. Now, every question that we ask the customer is recorded live. And if they drop off at any given time, they're rerouted right to that welcome coupon automatically. They can copy it, they're good to go. It's auto applied. It's really, really seamless in that regard. Close it on that last step and it just goes away. There's no need for it to hang out anymore. It's just not needed. Okay, the problem with these guys though is this is taking over your entire screen when you sign up or when you get to a website. The experience that people have right now when they get to a website is usually met by a pop-up that takes up the entire screen, usually before you got a chance to browse around or look at anything. We can set different time frames on this, though, in terms of things like number of page viewed, scroll depth, all those normal things. But we're really just guessing based on the behavior of what we think we should test against. And I think this is one of the things that's come up a lot with A/B testing is people are testing scroll depth versus pages viewed versus the, and we can't really prevent everyone from not seeing this. I mean, we do the best that we can through different cookies and pixels and everything else, but if someone's using a different device, they clear their cache. There's nothing we can do to prevent this from showing up. So we're actually optimizing currently A/B testing things like that against people that we can't even recognize most of the time or a good portion of it. So it's still blocking kind of the view of what's going on. Now I'm going to propose something completely different. And this is the smarter way. So this form is the same form as we've seen the other on the other versions. It just has a slightly different trigger. So if we look at the trigger for this one, we're calling this the launcher on launcher. So here's our things. Show immediately after delay on scroll X intent, cart value, pages viewed, etc. But this one is the one that we're liking right now. It's on click and it's part of our launcher. And what it does allows us to do is it takes the form ID and we can combine it into our theme directly. So we can add apps and then the launcher, and then it finds its way here. And then we drop the form ID there, and then a pop-up or overlay or embed and expand in place as the options here. We can rewrite the text on the button right here because this does function as a button. Match your theme existing, or you can customize the look and feel with everything here from fonts to everything else all the way down. So lots of customization options for this guy. Okay, so this guy here takes entire audiences, so we can add any audience that we want to it. There is no more teaser because it does function kind of as a teaser. There's frequency, there's dismiss behavior, which is also very important. So that's the same dismiss behavior we just saw in the new way that was better. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up an incognito window and I'll show you guys how this works. Well, actually, same logic as this one. Logic with the email, redirects, whole 9 yards. You can redirect these guys as well. If someone drops off, it goes to the last step. All the good parts about our new version are now even better. And here is, so let's go actually to our form. I want to see what's turned on. Okay, so I just have one on, which is good. So I'm going to open incognito here so we can see what happens. Watch out, because it's going to be a clean experience. Nothing's going to happen. There's no pop-ups on this site anymore. So now someone comes to your website. It sits on its own. It speaks on its own. It is on its own. You browse. You can click on products. And then our button appears. So at any given time while someone's browsing, any of the product pages or any of the pages with URLs that you have, they can click here. They can open this up. They can fill it out. They can answer questions. They can exit out. They can be notified they have a discount code, and it will show as soon as they add to a cart automatically and be ready to go. So we've taken all the friction out of the experience of interrupting an experience when you hit a store. You can still test all those things. If you guys want to do pop-ups and you want to interrupt the customer journey, you're more than welcome to do that. We have all the options baked into the platform to allow you to do that. I mean, literally, you can do anything that you want in here. We can delay close icons just like everyone else. We can pick at different places. We can, change the colors. We can move it to a different side. Literally anything that you want to configure, we can configure. Most of that stuff though has been gamification, and a lot of the stuff that we've seen around this has been spin to wins and scratch offs and stuff like that. And it's all meant to disrupt the customer experience, stop them, and force them to engage with something, which is why, on average, the subscription to conversion rates on those specific types of forms, because they get them so early in the journey and force them on people, is somewhere between 20, max 25, 30%, somewhere in there. By removing pop-ups from the website, which might sound weird as a pop-up company, and incorporating them closer to the buy button where that actual action is going to happen, and making that exchange for data relevant to the customer journey instead of just an email that we get if someone purchases anyway, we've seen conversion rates that have spiked to over 60%. So that's more than double what we were typically seeing shoving pop-ups in someone's face during the buyer experience. Now they're at a better location in the journey. They're at a cleaner location in the journey, and the conversion rate has more than doubled on them. So our argument is that we can still do pop-ups, and if pop-ups are still your jam and chasing after email list size is what you're all about, by all means, go for it. But, and a big but, we think that the smarter way to do this is actually to incorporate it like we have here as a block, right on your product pages, right next to add to cart button. And like we said, these are completely configurable based on audience. So if someone's already signed up, they're not going to see it. If someone signs up during their journey already, they won't see it, etc. If you want to limit it to certain UTMs, you can do that. This is the cleanest, best way to have a great customer experience while still providing the ability for someone to take advantage of an offer right there on the page. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We are now in public beta. You can DM me and I'll give you access, and I'll teach you how to set this guy up as well. I think we might have just killed the pop-up as a pop-up company, which is pretty crazy to say. Have a good one.